Hi, today we're going to do Khan Academy String Set 2, problem number 6. So the problem says, given a string, find the length of the longest substring with all distinct characters. For example, if we're given this string ABCA, our output should be the number 3. This is because the longest substring with distinct characters is ABC, which is the length of 3. We're going to solve this in ON time complexity and ON space complexity. We're going to iterate through the string once, and we're going to be storing at most n characters inside of an object. So, first step, when we are given our string, we're going to check the length of the string. If the length of the string is less than or equal to 1, we're just going to return the string length, because there's no use in iterating over one character or no characters. Then we're going to create a lookup hash table. This is where we will store each letter and its index. Then we will create a max variable to represent our maximum length. Set that to 0. We'll also initialize a start variable to 0. Start will tell us where the new substring is starting from. So we loop through the string. We check to see if the current character is inside of our lookup table. The current character, in this case, would be A. Is A inside of the lookup? No. If it was, is its value or index value greater than or equal to the start? No, it's not there. If it was, we would reset the start to one index position to the right of it, meaning that's where the new substring is going to start from. However, since it doesn't meet either of these conditions, we're just going to add it into our lookup table. So we add it into our lookup table, which should now look like this. Then we reset our max. So our max is going to be whatever the last max was versus the current index minus the start plus 1. Since the current index is 0 and the start is also 0, this will be 1. So the max will be set to 1, because 0 minus 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. So we have 1 as our starting value. We add a 1 to make up for the 0-based indexing. This makes up for that element that we lose in terms of the length, because it'll be 0, 1, 2, 3. We want to make sure that the length is not 2, but it's actually 3. So that's why we added 1 here. So then we go to B. We check to see if B is in here. It's not. So then we add it to the hash like so. Set it equal to its index of 1. We repeat this same process again. So now the index is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So now the max is 2. So then we go back up to C. Ask the same questions. It's not inside of the lookup, so then we add it to the lookup. Set it equal to its index. Index minus, so 2 minus 0 plus 1 gives us 3. So now the max is 3. So now we go to a repeating character of A. A is in the lookup table, and then if we look up that character, its value is 0. Alright? It says if the index value is greater than or equal to the start. The current start is still 0. So it meets the condition. It is 0. So we enter into the loop. or we enter into the if statement. And we do this because we want to make sure we're not repeating ourselves. We're not looking at a index value so much lower than the start. Because if we had, I don't know, maybe if we had some other example, maybe we had something along the lines of like geeks for geeks. If we had iterated through geeks for geeks, we would at some point come to G again. We would have looked back up on G and found that G is at the 0th position. And if we didn't account for that, we may accidentally add back this E. This E that we've already stated that was visited already. So that's why we do this greater than or equal to start. We want to make sure that it's coming either after or it is the starting value, just so that way we don't revisit any characters. Okay, so then the 0 is equal to 0, so now we set our start equal to the 0 plus 1. So now start is 1. So then we go out of that if and go on to this next one, and we reset A to its current index position, which is at 3. So we set it to be 3. Then we enter into this final max statement. So 3 minus the start, which is currently 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So they are the same. So the max is 3. So then we exit the for loop and we return 3. And that's how you do this problem. Thank you.